Okay, today I decided to put some stories together and tell two or three, just because they're so short that if I only did one, it wouldn't even be a video long enough worth posting. First story I'm gonna tell. I just remembered it last night. I was talking to a friend, and she was talking about her kid, and somehow it just reminded me of the story. When I was in, I guess middle school, so I'd probably been sixth or seventh grade. Probably sixth. I think I switched schools in seventh grade. I had to take one bus and then catch the high school bus home. And my brother was living with us that year, so he went to high school, so I'd get off my bus and onto his bus. One day, I fell asleep on the first bus and I didn't get on his bus. And I guess he assumed I got sick, went home. So he gets home and I'm not with him. So we were staying at my grandma's after school. So, of course, he comes in and my grandma's like, "Where's Jerry?" He's like, "I don't know. I thought he got sick at school. Y'all picked him up or something." But no. So, of course, they get a hold of my mom. My mom, she don't know anything about it because I just fell asleep. So I had to ride the rest of the bus route until the end of everybody getting dropped off, go back to the school with the bus driver, and he calls my mom at work. And he gets my mom on the phone, and I'm just standing there at the office while he's on the phone, and I could still hear him and her. It was like I was that close, I could hear through the receiver what she said. So he calls her, she answers the phone, and I don't know why he didn't identify himself. I don't know why he didn't give her any kind of explanation, but he goes, "Miss Mosley, I have your son." And she thinks I'm kidnapped. She goes, "Who is this?" And I hear that and I start laughing. He starts laughing. He's like, "Man, I'm the bus driver. He fell asleep. You know, come pick him up. Somebody, send somebody to pick him up." But it was so funny. She thought I was kidnapped. Like, who would put up with me if they didn't have to, right? So, anyway, so that's one story. Another story that's really short. Grew up with this guy named Josh. Just a funny guy. Any situation, he turns it into funny. But he had this thing where anytime he would fart, he would say, "That's going to itch when it dries." So I hung out with him one day and I went home. My mom's in the computer room back when we had desktops and big computer desk and, being on the computer, you had to plan it and go get on the computer desk. So she's sitting in a computer chair on the computer and I come in there and just talking to her and cutting up, and I was like, "Listen to what Josh said." And I told her, I'm like, "We was going somewhere and he farted and said, 'Ooh, that's going to itch when it dries.'" Second hand telling this to my mom. She cracks up so much that she pees, and I don't mean she just tinkles. I mean a flood comes off the computer chair and puddles on the carpet. Over a second hand joke. That's how funny this dude is. And I just got tickled. And another story, including Josh. Back then, I worked at Walmart, and it was one of those jobs where I'm like, you know, if I get fired, it's Walmart. So I started smoking a little weed with Josh, and I can't do it now. It makes me paranoid. Not judging people who do it, but I don't. But back then, when I first started smoking, I'm like, "Holy crap, this is a miracle drug. I feel so good. Like, why didn't I, find this years ago?" But yeah, I mean, I loved it then. But so one night we were out. We go to somebody's house who they call her a witch. I don't know why, but she gives us a roach, little bitty roach, a little piece of a joint. We go to Josh's house. We put this in a bong. To this day, I've never been as high as we got off that roach. So I'm in Josh's room. He's disappeared. I get the munchies. I go to look for food. Josh is sitting at the kitchen table with a phone in his hand, and I'm in the kitchen I'm like in the fridge getting cold cuts, and I see him with the phone in his hand. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He goes, I think that weed was laced with cocaine. I called an ambulance. They're on their way. I'm like, what? Dude, we're high. You gonna have the ambulance come here? They're probably gonna have cops come here. So I'm freaking out. I'm paranoid. I get in my car. I'm like, I gotta go home. I can't be here when the paramedics get here. Get in my car, pass my road, turn around at a church. That's freaking me out because I'm high. And I'm like, Jesus is gonna judge me. Get on my road, get to my house. I was probably on the porch 20 minutes trying to get the key in the lock. So I live with my parents. I get in. It's probably 4 in the morning. Phone rings. Caller ID says Josh. I answered. What I didn't know was when I answered it, Josh hung up, but my dad answered it in the bedroom. I think I'm talking to Josh. I'm like, hello? And I hear somebody say hello. I think it's Josh. I'm like, dude, did the paramedic show up? He's like, what? Did the paramedic show up, man? Was it lace? What? Dude, did the paramedic show up? Was it lace? Was there something in it? What the hell are you talking about? I go, who is this? He goes, yo damn daddy. I hung up the phone, laid down. I didn't move till like 4 that night. 12 hours, I didn't move a muscle. So whatever that woman gave us, it was the bomb. But I never want to do it again. So there we go. There's 3 stories for the price of none. And I'll do these in the future sometimes, take these short stories I have, group them together. I really appreciate y'all tuning in. Thank you so much. Can't believe all the viewers I'm getting, all the likes to my Facebook page. It's just, wow, I'm blown away. But thank you. I really do appreciate it. This has been the most fun thing I've ever done in my life, is just tell these goofy stories to you people. Please like, comment, and share. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It just makes me feel real good when somebody subscribes to my channel. I just appreciate it. Thank y'all.